All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Top Line. It's your boy Chris, and well. Look like these Los Angeles Lakers are starting to. Look like they're starting to figure some things out. Now you got to give them credit, because if you compare to where they at now, compared to where they were at the beginning of this season, where it looked like they might go down for one of the worst records in NBA history, you got to give them a round of applause, man. It just looked like a different team, man. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect them to beat the Bucks, man. I really didn't. I didn't expect them to come out and be able to hold their own and play well against the Milwaukee Bucks. I just didn't. I thought they'd been playing better. And then in that second half, I was like, oh boy, here come that letdown. But man, as much as I criticize that team, as much as I give them hell, I gotta give them credit, because last night was watching that game. You was like a completely different basketball team. So I'm gonna I got nothing negative to say. And I felt like the one thing I was nervous about was LeBron and AD show up in that fourth, and it seemed like they got more going in that fourth quarter. It seemed like they would continue to be assertive. And as much as I sit here and I pound on AD and tell, oh, AD, you gotta be aggressive. AD, don't stop. He didn't. He kept coming. And when I watched the game, and I thought that that block by Giannis on LeBron, I thought that was gonna be like energy changing. It was gonna be a hang your head moment. And they took that, and then I think right after that, Brook Lopez blocked Anthony Davis' shot, and then you were like, oh boy, here they go. But it's like the team for the first time in a very long time showed some actual like just guts, like grimy. Okay, cool. We'll battle you to the end. The Bucks is a championship caliber team. They're built to win a championship. They're 1-2 best in the NBA right now. So for the Lakers, this is a huge win for them. Just going forward, especially with it just feel like for some reason it's clicking, and it starts with. Let me pull up that young man's stats, because it started with one guy. We all know. As AD go, the Lakers go. It is what it is. There's no other way to put it, man. As AD go, the Lakers go. Let's see if we can look at his numbers. Where we at? All right, so the numbers for last night. Anthony Davis, 18 of 27, 2 of 3 from 3, 6 of 7 from the free throw line, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks, 44 points. Let me say that again. 44 points against Giannis. I don't know what else you can say. That might have been the best game, and Davis had a hell of a bubble run. All right? Anthony Davis had a hell of a bubble run. But this might have been the best game I've seen Anthony Davis play in a long time. His co-star LeBron James, 12 of 27, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, 28 points. Troy Brown Jr. gave you 9. Beverly gave you 7, but you know what Beverly's main thing is. Walker gave you 14. Walker's another one of those guys. He kind of remind you of how Malik Monk was last year, right? Like, you see Malik Monk, you knew he could do a little something. I actually think Lonnie Walker, who didn't have the best game, he was 4 of 10, 2 of 5 from the 3. Didn't have the best game, but it seemed like he's always in the mix and playing hard. And before I get to Westbrook, I want to talk about Austin Reeves, because I think this guy is starting to affect the game in ways that are beyond his scoreboard. He had 7 points, 2 of 5, 1 of 2 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 7 points. Man, just watching Austin Reeves and watching him starting to come into a key player for this team, it's impressive, man. It's impressive. I've always been a fan of Austin Reeves. He was one of those guys when I was talking about last year. I was like, hell, give me 5 for him and we're good. I'm a big fan of Austin Reeves. He only played for 2 minutes, over 2. Something ain't clicking for none. I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. Something's just not clicking for the guy, man. But Russell Westbrook, 6 of 11, 0 for 2 for 3, 3 of 7 from the free throw line. We already know that ain't his strong suit. 7 rebounds, 11 assists, 15 points. Ladies and gentlemen, Russ is happy again. Russ is happy again. He's not lighting up the scoreboard, but he did have 11 assists. Still gave you a double-double. But he looks like he's happy. He looked like happy Russ. And some of those, and I know he only had 15 points, but some of those was key. Let me tell you, that one where the game was getting a little dicey, and he was like, hey, LeBron, hold my beer. And he just went, he took it right to the teeth of the Milwaukee Bucks. Right in there. He didn't give, Giannis be damned. He didn't care. He was going in there, and that's the Russell Westbrook you love. So as much as you sit here and we've criticized Russ, and we've said this about Russ and that about Russ, but I want my damn credit because I said it last year. I said Russ would do better coming off the bench. Now, he is getting a lot of starting minutes, but he's like he would do better just because when he's out there and he can kind of do himself, he's just playing. And, you know, when AD and LeBron ain't all on the court at the same time, and they can run the offense through him, I just thought that's such a plus for Russell Westbrook. It's such a plus. He's accepted that role, and I think he's the leading candidate for Sixth Man of the Year, dog. It's just that simple to me. It's just that simple. He got to be the leading candidate for Sixth Man of the Year. I mean, well, hell, he done won MVPs, All-Star Game, no championships. But another award, Sixth Man of the Year. Why not? Why you got to first give someone that come with his companies a big salute for hunkering down, accepting that role, and is flourishing, and he looks happy. That's what all that matters. He looks happy. Now, one more time, I've sat, maybe not right here where I'm sitting now, just because I ain't feel like going downstairs and set up the studio. I'm being lazy. But I've sat right here many times and said the Los Angeles Lakers have to say, Anthony Davis, this is your team. Go be that guy. Last night, Anthony Davis was that guy. If there's somebody on this team I won't take 27 shots, it's Anthony Davis. It's Anthony Davis. Now, of course, he got smacked one time. It was on the, you know, give him his one lay down the game. We're going to be on the floor at least once a game. But hell, as long as he get back up, the Lakers are moving and grooving behind Anthony Davis. And I think, and I've said this recently, they got to be Anthony Davis a bust for them. LeBron, at year 20, putting up 28 points, 11 assists, 2 steals. What else? What else can you want from LeBron in that? But he has to be number 2 to Anthony Davis. That's the role that this team winning. Then you got a Hall of Famer coming off the bench, happy coming off the bench and playing well, and Russell Westbrook. Then you got it just seemed like they're figuring it out, man. And compared to where they started to where they at now, because you remember in some of those I wasn't reacting because I was just like, all right, man, this make me negative. Seem like everything I do is negative. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So after every game, you know, it started. I'm not doing a reaction video because I don't always want to be negative. So now that I got some positive to say, I'm loving the way this team is playing. I'm happy for them. Salute to the Lakers. They figuring this thing out. They got the biggest win probably in the last 2 years last night. So that was great, man. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, you guys be great.